What's going on, car family? I'm Ben Wayne. Thank you for joining me in another video. Today, we are here to take a look at an offering from BMW. BMW is known for putting out some high performance vehicles that are also great daily drivers. This particular vehicle comes from a long heritage of sports sedans, coupes, and convertibles that have been known to be awesome to drive. This is the 2021 BMW M440i Convertible, and after having it for a few days, I can honestly say that this is truly a thrilling machine to drive. This particular model has been finished in a San Remo green metallic and features an oyster leather interior. Truly pairs well. So today, I want to check out the exterior and interior details of this vehicle and see how this ride has been engineered for excellence. Naturally, starting off the review at the business end of this 440i Convertible, the hood features three distinctive lines on either side, really makes it look sculpted and gives it some definition and character. Now, underneath that hood, you're going to find a BMW 3-liter twin-power 6-cylinder with an e-boost system. That's going to give you 382 horsepower and 368 pound-feet of torque, connected to an 8-speed automatic transmission. Your 0 to 60 time is going to be about 5 seconds. Some folks have gotten less, but this really delivers on that acceleration. Now, that e-boost system is essentially going to eliminate any turbo lag that you will experience. And let me tell you, once you put that foot down on the accelerator, you're truly going to feel true linear acceleration. I love it. Almost no turbo lag whatsoever. So this is essentially a mild hybrid because that e-boost system is a 48-volt starter generator that's been incorporated into the powertrain setup. That's going to help you with your fuel economy. So your fuel economy is going to be 26 miles per gallon combined, 23 city and 31 highway. So again, this makes it a mild hybrid. So at speeds of 9 miles per hour and less, let's say you're approaching an intersection, the engine will cut off and you'll coast. So with all that performance you're getting, you're still getting decent fuel economy. So that makes this a fun to drive, practical daily with decent fuel economy that you can enjoy truly on a daily basis. Now let's take it to the aesthetics. Of course, you're getting BMW's adaptive LED headlamps with laser lights. Love the way those look. They're crisp and clean and thin. And coming lower, you have air slits here where air goes into the front fascia and then goes through the front fascia around the front wheels, providing laminar flow around those front wheels while the vehicle's in motion. Now, of course, that takes us over to the grille, which I mentioned in my review of the M440i Coupe. And I'll just say this, I know it, you know it, everybody knows it. Let's go ahead and check out the side profile. Now, in my opinion, the side profile of this new M440i Convertible is the best angle to look at this vehicle. Now, this particular one has been fitted with the 19-inch M double spoke wheels that feature 13.6-inch brake rotors up front. You also have the red brake calipers that also pop out. That's a no charge option, so the red brake calipers are a must. They're shot in 255 tires all around. Now, obviously, the convertible is the most important factor of this vehicle. If you don't like convertibles, I did do a review on the M440i Coupe, so be sure to check that out. So for this generation, BMW has decided to go back to the soft top, and I think that was the right move because there are a couple key benefits to this soft top here. One is that it is 40% lighter than the outgoing hard top. It only takes 19 seconds to be raised or lowered, and it can be done at speeds of up to 31 miles per hour. So at the press of a button, you can see that I was able to raise the top using the remote, but look how tailored and smooth the top looks. It really has a nice silhouette, whether the top has been raised or lowered, and that's what I really like. Now, another major feature of the soft top is that it doesn't dictate the overall design of the rear trunk lid or the rear portion of the car. If you have a hard top that has to retract into the trunk, it's going to make the rear of the car look a little bit bulky because the designers have to make sure that that hard top fits into the trunk, and it doesn't always work. So I really think the soft top was the way to go. So let me go ahead and hit the unlock button so you can see the operation again. Mirrors pop out, and I love watching this. It just happens so smooth and seamlessly. It's fairly quiet, to be honest. And as you can see, it just goes right back there. Now, the soft top also offers you more storage capacity in the trunk while it's lowered, as opposed to what you would find on a hard top. So overall, I think the soft top on this vehicle looks nice and tailored. It's lightweight and operates fairly quickly at just 19 seconds for operation. Now, I want to talk to you a little bit about the driving dynamics of this vehicle. So with that being said, The wheelbase, we know these vehicles are starting to get larger. So when compared to the outgoing generation, the wheelbase was about 110 inches. The wheelbase on this 4 Series convertible for 2021 is 112.2 inches. So we know longer wheelbase means that's going to drop the center of gravity. And we know while a vehicle is in motion, inertial forces pass through that center of gravity. So the lower the CG is due to that longer wheelbase, the less impact those inertial forces are going to be felt while you're driving. So that's going to reduce the effects of bumps in the road or just the overall ride quality. It's going to make it a real smooth ride. So that's something that's really noticeable when comparing this new 4 Series to the outgoing generation. In addition, your center of gravity is 1 inch lower on the 4 Series than compared to the current 3 Series. So BMW didn't just chop off the last 2 doors of the 3 Series and say it's a coupe. Nowadays, when these auto manufacturers put out coupes and sedans, the coupes and the 2-door convertibles are usually completely different than the 4-door sedan. So they didn't just chop off the rear 2 doors of the 3 Series and say it's the new coupe or convertible. This has completely different handling characteristics than what you'll find in the 4-door sedan. So if you're torn between the two, I would drive both, but I absolutely love the handling on this 4 Series convertible. Let's go ahead and check out the rear. The back of the M440i looks pretty nice, and that's partly thanks to BMW's incorporation of that soft top. So again, the design of the trunk is no longer dictated by having to fit a large, bulky, retractable hardtop in here, and the result is an overall clean look. Now coming towards the tail lamps, of course you're getting these nice and modern LEDs that really help pronounce the overall width of the vehicle. I think it looks really nice. And of course, coming lower, you have silver exhaust finishers. Speaking of exhaust, let's go ahead and hear how this vehicle sounds, and then let's check out the interior. The interior of this M440i convertible definitely gives me more of a sporty vibe as opposed to a luxury vibe that you would find in something like a C43 or E43. And I definitely like it. It's nice and modern, and I think it fits the character of the vehicle extremely well. Of course, you have this oyster leather to contrast the black accents. That also looks nice as well. So starting at the top of the dash, you have an injection molded material with contrast stitching, a nice 10.25 inch display here. You see I have the Apple CarPlay. This also has Android Auto. It's wireless. Notice how the Apple CarPlay takes up the entire screen. I really like that. Some other manufacturers don't let it take up the entire screen. I don't know why. Mercedes, I'm talking about you. Coming lower, you have the air conditioning vents and then controls for your seating, 3 levels of heating as expected, and then of course your air conditioner controls as well. And then of course in the center console here, you have 2 cup holders, a 12-volt power outlet, a USB Type-C port, and then your wireless charging. So everything you need is right here. Of course you have your gear selector, and then all your controls for your different driving modes, whether it's Sport, Comfort, Eco Pro, Adaptive, and then of course you have controls for your seats to blow warm air around your neck in case you want to drive with the top down and lower temperatures. Overall, the layout of the center console and the cabin is extremely nice. Coming over to the steering wheel, it feels nice and thick in your hands, definitely feels right for this car. Of course, the steering wheel is heated. Behind the steering wheel, you do have 2 shift paddles, which is extremely fun to drive this car in manual mode. I highly encourage it. If you ever have the opportunity, always drive this in manual mode. Now behind the steering wheel, you do have a thin film transistor display, 12.3 inches. It's nice and crisp, and of course changes depending on what driving mode you're in. So again, this vehicle is nice and modern and offers the latest and greatest in tech. Up front, you're looking at about 42.5 inches of legroom. In the rear, you have about 33 inches of legroom, and that's partly due to that extended wheelbase. So you can sit adults back there for about a 30-minute drive. It still is a little cramped because this is a 2-door vehicle. So naturally it's gonna be a little cramped for adults back there, but 33 inches of legroom is sufficient for short drives. And they didn't forget about you in the back. You do have 2 USB Type-C ports and ventilation back there as well. Now let's go ahead and get this performance machine on the street. All right, so we got this BMW M440i on the street. I've had it for a few days and I've absolutely fallen in love with the handling of this vehicle. So Isha, go ahead and give us your thoughts on what you think about this car.
Man, it's amazing. I love it. It's gorgeous on the outside, gorgeous on the inside. And I had no idea that my aunt actually has this vehicle. So back in the day, I was mesmerized by that one, and I loved it. And I love this one.
Yeah. This is an awesome ride. It has 382 horsepower, and it sounds quite amazing. What can I say?
And I must admit, I am not one to flock towards a BMW. I'm not. You know?
Right.
But this
did it for you.
It does it. Like,
yeah.
Even the color is spectacular, and I'm not
the color's nice.
Green person either, but it's nicely done.
Especially when that sun hits it.
Yeah.
Now this is a performance vehicle, so I'm gonna go ahead and switch it into sport mode.
Y'all get ready.
And man, I'm telling you, the get up and go in this vehicle is just amazing. So, you ready?
Yeah.
Hold on to your butt.
It was smooth though.
It's smooth. Yep.
That was nice.
And those brakes grab right on.
I'm not mad at that one.
But you can see how this car just comes alive. And this is something you could drive on a daily basis like this. And the downshifts sound good too. So this goes 0 to 60 in about 5 seconds, Isha. So the fun factor is definitely there. Man, the steering feels really direct on this one as well, and the 8-speed transmission is quick. You know, there are a lot of cars out there that are performance vehicles but have a transmission that just lags, and when you drive it in manual mode, it takes away from the experience. Like that Cadillac CT4V we just tested. Awesome vehicle, but if you put it in manual mode, it feels kind of sluggish, right?
Okay.
This one, it's able to keep right up there with you, and it just makes for a really fun vehicle to drive.
Gotcha.
Ride quality is smooth. The M suspension keeps it nice and firm in the turns. So overall, it just helps give you that sense of confidence. You can have a lot of fun in this vehicle without paying the price of a full fat M4 vehicle, which is why you're starting to see a lot of these mid-level performance vehicles come out, because not everybody has 6 figures to throw into a car, right? So you get the tech, you see you have the Apple CarPlay and stuff there, high resolution screen, 360-degree parking system, all in a vehicle that you can drive easily on the daily.
Nice.
It doesn't sound bad either at all. So when they come get this car, I'm gonna do my best to make sure that there isn't any gas left in it.
You're doing a good job of it.
Hold on to your butt. The acceleration in this thing is just, you can't get enough of it.
I never stop holding on. I feel like I need to sing the song, I'll keep holding on,
So it's quick. Is it the quickest? No, but it gives you that sensation. That sensation of speed, and that's half of the fun. Man, this thing is awesome. And of course, you have a fully digital instrument cluster here with the navigation in the center.
That's nice.
Yeah, that's really nice. There's even a head-up display. I mean, this car...
I don't really have anything, anything to say that they could do better for this convertible. I think it's overall a nice car on the outside to the inside. Of course, there would be always something more you could do, right?
Right.
But for this price point, for what you're getting, I think they have done a really good job.
Yep. And for me, my only gripe is, just the way it looks from the front, the grille. Everybody's beat on it. I'm not going to focus on it too much. I wish it wasn't there.
I can deal with it.
Yeah.
I'm okay. It's a beautiful car.
Yeah.
It really is.
The handling makes up for anything any faults you might find. If you're on the fence about buying this car, if you're considering it, if you've been looking at it and weren't sure, if you weren't sure if it was going to be a fun vehicle or not, go ahead and pull the trigger on this. Buy it today, because I'm telling you, I don't say that about a lot of cars, but if you were thinking about getting one of these, go ahead and do it. You need to go ahead and do it, because the fun factor is off the charts. I can't stress that enough.
Here we go. You can't slow down too much.
No, I got traffic here, but you know, the difference between a vehicle like this one and say like a Mercedes E53 or C43, Mercedes is more about luxury, so their interior is a little bit more luxurious. BMW is more about the handling and performance, and a little bit more modern. You can tell the interior is a bit more sporty than what you would find in like an E-Class or a C-Class.
Oh yeah.
And that's what makes it different. That's the difference between a BMW buyer and a Mercedes buyer, right? So if you want something that handles really well and gives you that performance, the feel-good factor, the fun factor, I would go with this as opposed to like a C43. While the C43 is quick and fun, it's not as fun as this. It has the luxury. So if you want the luxury, go for the C43. If you want the sportiness and the fun factor and the sound, I would go for this every single time. This is just the sound, just the open air, everything about this car is awesome. And of course, if you're cold, the seats do have the ventilation.
Which I'm cold.
Go ahead and put on your heated seat there. Man, this thing is awesome. I don't have anything else to say. This car is just...
I just hope that your viewers actually support me and pray for me.
They do. They comment. They say, I'm praying for you. You go to the comments, they praying for you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
What an amazing machine. This is just incredible. This is an incredible driving experience. Any closing thoughts, Isha?
Yeah, I think you said it all. I'm good.
Man. All right, so we'll wrap up the driving portion here. Isha, I want to thank you for joining us. And again, guys, if you were thinking about getting this car, go ahead and get it. So that was a brief tour of this 2021 BMW M440i Convertible. Let me know what you guys think about this one in the comments section. I'm truly impressed more than anything else about the handling characteristics and how much fun this vehicle is to drive. So this one's coming in at about $70,000. If you were on the fence about getting this vehicle, go ahead and pull the trigger. That's how high the fun factor is on this car. I have truly fallen in love with the handling. I love the handling more than anything else. It makes me forget about the grille up front. That's how good this car performs. Let me know what you guys think. Of course, please remember to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And until next time, I'm Ben Wayne, the automotive reviewer that YouTube deserves.